Hi, I'm Shahid Khan. Welcome to the Yogveda Podcast. The Yogveda Podcast is a new platform to discuss practical spirituality. Spirituality is and should be practical to help you in your everyday lives to be calm, composed, so you can live your life in the best possible way. I'll be inviting interesting guests who work within spirituality so they can discuss their ideas with you. I'll be picking up a subject to talk about on the podcast of spirituality. If you are interested in something, I'm very interested to have a feedback from you what you would like to hear. And with all that said, let's start this new podcast. So let's start with something which everybody who started yoga, or maybe you're planning to start yoga now, thinks about. As a beginner, you don't know, you want to start yoga. Where do you start? There are so many yoga schools, yoga methods, yoga teachers, and in the end, your yoga practice. So let's start with the first thing. You want to start yoga. Why do you want to start yoga? Is it because you have some physical pains, back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain? Or do you have stress, you cannot relax? Or you just want to get strong in your body, or you are strong already and you want a challenging yoga practice to complement something you're already doing. Let's start with physical pains. First, you need to assess what kind of a pain you have. Your doctor might tell you go and do yoga, which is a very good thing. Find a yoga method which focuses mainly on that aspect of yoga. The therapy yoga, we can call it. Or a yoga teacher who can give you private therapy lessons, which I would recommend. If you have some special needs, then take private lessons. If you cannot relax, if you are tensed with your work, then try to find a restorative yoga to start with. So you at least stabilize yourself before you can start the practice of yoga. And then, of course, you have different challenging yoga methods. We'll come to that later on. Now, the second thing is which yoga method should you choose? There are so many to decide from. You have the reputed old yoga brands. You have Iyengar yoga, the Ashtanga yoga, the Vinyasa yoga, the Bikram yoga, or the hot yoga. I don't know what it's called now for the moment. Which one should you choose? And then there are new ones which I don't know actually much about, because somehow they copy each other. For example, Mr. Iyengar, who started with the alignment. Now there are many yoga methods who say alignment, but if it is alignment, somehow it has to be a knockoff of Iyengar yoga. It's at least what I feel, because Mr. Iyengar, he developed the yoga method in a complete different way. And then you have Ashtanga yoga, which is you have all those series which you can practice and strengthen your body. Bikram yoga is the hot yoga, where you have the hot room and you practice yoga in that. So find a yoga method which suits you and feels authentic to you, because there is a lot of stuff which is just not very authentic nowadays. You need to do a little research, like you would do a research if you want to buy a car or a dishwasher. You would not just go and buy something, right? At least that's what I think. So do a little research of what it is, what you want. Try out different methods, because the thing is, the method could be something, but you might like the method, but you might not like the teacher. The chemistry is not matching. So try out different teachers of the same method. Do a little yoga shopping first. So you feel what is benefiting you, not what you're liking. Because again, it should not be something you're doing for pure good feeling. It's not a wellness center, it's a yoga center. It should make you strong, your pain should go away, you should feel more concentrated, and your teacher, your yoga teacher should know about yoga, right? Because what point is it to go to someone to learn something who doesn't know something? If you want to learn football, your teacher should know football, right? So your teacher should know about yoga, not superficially, or not doing namaste and all that, not superficially, but they should know what yoga is about. Once you have found the method, once you have found the teacher, then you can build up your own practice. What you learn in your yoga school, you can consult with your teacher what you should practice at home. Because again, yoga is not only body work. Body work is a part of yoga. You have pranayama, meditation, concentration. All that has to be practiced together, because that is the Ashtanga yoga of Patanjali. Not the Ashtanga yoga as the yoga brand, but in the yoga method of Patanjali, you have the 8 limbs, Ashtanga, the 8 limbs of yoga, which is Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. So these are the 8 limbs of yoga, and they have to be practiced together. That gives you a holistic practice, a complete practice. Consult that with your teacher and find a way how you can practice. Build up your practice. So you have a consistent practice that gives you a good result. Focus on having the right food for you, because all food, even if it must be healthy, even if it is healthy, it's maybe not right for you, because we have different body constitutions and we cannot eat the same food. One person's food can be another person's poison, right? Everybody cannot eat everything. So try to find out what is your constitution in the science of Ayurveda and eat your food according to that. That will help you a lot in your yoga practice. And then again, the last thing is, how is your progress? If you, let's say, started yoga 6 months ago, what is your progress in 6 months? What is your progress in 1 year? If you have been practicing yoga for a year, what is your progress now? If you have been practicing it for 2 years, what is your progress now? Measure your progress, because you want to feel better. You want to live longer, healthier. I mean, you can live longer, but you can be sick and live longer also. And that's a waste of life. No? It's the gift of life is once you get it, and you have to make the best out of it. And not in the terms that you have to search happiness, because happiness is not the goal of life. The goal of life is something else, but we'll discuss that in a different podcast. I just want to start this podcast and have something easy and light to talk about. And what can be more easier than where you start your spiritual practice? If you have any questions, write it down. And if you have any ideas what I should talk about, write it down. And I'll get to it. Now, this whole thing is unscripted. I talk, I think, and I talk. There is no script to it. So let's hope this works out, and let's see where this platform goes. Thank you.